Hi, I'm Stephanie Wainwright. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, and my life is chaotic all the time. So I created this podcast to help you find the funny, the good, while navigating through the chaos. This is Chaotic Compass Podcast.
Speaking chair time. What is up, guys? It is Stephanie here, Chaotic Compass. I am solo tonight on this podcast. Well, solo in general, it's just me, no kids tonight. I've had just my two this week. And then my husband's been out of town working, so I was left unattended. That's crazy. So here I am talking to a mic by myself like a crazy person, right? No, I really do feel like I'm crazy. This week has been unbelievably hard with like my real job, plus Ryan's been out, plus I cooked 2 from scratch meals by myself. My chicken and rice casserole, I'm going to actually post that on my Instagram soon, so be on the lookout for that. But I don't know. I feel like I get home, and by the time I get home, I just want to put on some comfy clothes and just like shed the day, like a snake would shed their skin kind of thing, and just get the ick off. And not saying that I'm a snake, that I don't know if that's a good analogy. You know what the fuck I mean, but like I'm so exhausted and I just want to like rip the day off, and it's just been so exhausting, and I just want to kind of curl up in a hole and just like not come out. I want to hibernate. Why can't I hibernate? What the fuck? This week has been extra hard with Ryan being gone, and work is work. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. I really did not want to sit down and record. I'm just so tired. And I know you guys are so fucking sick of hearing me say that I'm tired. Because we're all tired. Literally, everybody is exhausted, right? But I want to like show you that even though I'm exhausted, I'm still showing up, because I'm so tired. I'm sick and tired of being tired, but I'm also sick and tired of like failing for me. Like, not showing up for myself is the most ridiculous thing that I could do. And I keep doing that. But more importantly, I keep not showing up for you guys. Like, that's crazy, because you're here listening to this. And so I appreciate you. And so with all of that, I don't know. I feel like you look at social media, which is such a fucking lie, and you see all these people, and I'm like, how do they do it? How do they post every day, and how do they record an episode each week and edit it, and like how do they live their lives and have this amazing content, right? And I'm just like, gosh, how do they do it? And I'm more, at first I was more envious of like them doing it, like, oh gosh, I wish I just had their energy. But it's like, you know what? Maybe they don't have the energy too, but they're still doing it anyway. And I'm like, dude, get your shit together, Steph. Like, come on, like just take an hour. You could still put the comfy sweatpants on. I mean, I got shorts, and I'm literally wearing one of my husband's big ass t-shirts because and I'm on my period, and I know for the dudes that listen to this, I don't give a fuck, but like I'm on my period and I'm like emotional already, and I just want to be comfy. I just want to like, so I got some comfy shorts and a comfy shirt and, literally a fuzzy blanket, and I'm got a candle going, one of my favorite candles, from Newburn Candle Company that I got in Ogercoke, and it's literally scented the Outer Banks. And I'm like, just do it. Just do it. Just sit down and just speak the truth. And this isn't really where I was trying to go with this episode, but it kind of leads into, it's like, I was first trying to not really compare, but I mean, to compare myself, where I'm at and where people are at and social media content and creating and with their podcast. And I was just trying to figure out like how they did it. How do they show up every day and do it? And instead of looking at it like where I'm at and comparing myself to where they're at, and I'm like, well, what are what's behind the scenes? What are they not showing? And that's what I really want to show. That's what I want, like, people to, like, I'm exhausted. I slept for shit last night. Like, when I get tired, and my husband knows this, when I get extremely tired, I hallucinate like fucking crazy. And I was doing that last night, and I've got nobody in the bed to cling on to keep the scaries away. Like, because I'm 5 on the inside. Everybody is just a child on the inside in adult skin. Okay, guys? So if you're afraid of the dark, it's cool. Okay, because I had moments last night where I was like, what are we doing? I turned on the light, I checked under the bed, even though, can I paint a scene for you talking about my bed? So we had a new roof a year ago, and we had skylights removed because they were shit and they were leaking. And my husband's like, no, okay, no worries. I'm gonna patch those holes where the skylights are. Okay, so it's been a year, and he's just now getting around to it. Hey, it's Orion Pace. It's his world. We just live in it. Whatever. And he finally gets around to insulating and putting the drywall up. You know, after that nasty cold snap of the teens at night, and it was fucking freezing. But anywho, he's still doing it, guys. We're gonna focus on the positive. And so he put another coat of mud on, and you have to move our bed in order to get to the one skylight. And well, he's gone now, and we haven't put the bed back. And so I have my bed laying to the one side of the room, and then the frame is on the other side of the room, and then in this corner I've got my desks, and I've got and there's papers everywhere because it's tax season, and I'm trying to get the business shit together. And last night I was trying to find my birth certificate and my social security card because of bullshit. And I've got clothes everywhere because I haven't had a fucking hot minute to fold clothes in like 9 years, and probably longer than that. And fuck folding socks. Like, who does that? If you do, good for you, whatever. And I've just got chaos everywhere. There's cold meds because I was sick. Ugh. The sickness can go way the fuck off. But anywho, so that's my room is chaos. My life is chaos. I just don't have any retreat right now. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to curl up in this little ball over here in my chair in my quote, quote, corner office. Okay. Not what I really envisioned when I wrote in my book, I want a corner office, but in the corner of my room, I have an office. And I lit a candle, and I've got a fuzzy blanket, and I'm curled up, and I'm going to do this. And so my point was, see, ADD, I know it. My point is that I feel like I'm comparing myself to people online, but it's a fake reality. And so I had a different thought of, well, how do they do it? Like in real life, not what they show. And it got me thinking, why am I comparing myself to people I don't even know, right? Is it human nature to actually compare yourselves? Is it like a social conditioning, or is it societal pressure to compare yourself, keeping up with the Joneses or whatever the fuck? What it makes me feel when I compare myself in a negative way is just massive anxiety and self-doubt and imposter syndrome for sure. And all this week, I kept thinking that I was just not enough, Like if I could just get more energy, then I could show up better for my kids, and I could show up better at work, and I could show up better for this podcast. But it's not like you can just go to you could buy a Red Bull, at the store, but that's just going to be, it's not like I can find a longevity solution for energy and motivation and stamina. So I'm like, just do it. Just do it anyways. Do it tired. Do it exhausted. Do it sad. Do it crampy. Do it hormonal. Do it in a messy room. Do it. Like, why am I still trying to compare myself when I'm almost 40? But I don't know. I for the longest time, and I've heard my husband say this more often than myself, is that, I'm just behind. I'm just behind. Like, if I could just get caught up this week, and just get through this week, then we'll be okay. And then you keep saying that. You keep saying it over and over. I could just get caught up. I get through this week and we'll be good. That is such a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Stop telling yourself that. Because once you get through this week, there's another week and be after that, and more shit, okay? And I'm not trying to bring you down, okay? So, like, I promise, listen to the end. There's a point here. And I downplay my achievements. I am hardcore. I don't know if you do that. Give it a little whoop whoop if you were this person. I downplay my achievements. I am currently managing so many fucking offices, including having every financial aspect to one office that I am currently located in with the company that I work for. And I downplay that. I downplay the workload, even though I come home exhausted every day and everybody knows that I do something, right? Because I don't just walk out the door and then like just drive around all day, not actually working, and then come home exhausted. Oh, play it up. It's such a, no, I physically, well, not physically, because it's not physical labor, it's mental. But I'm doing something every day. Plus, I came home this week and I made 2 bomb-ass meals from scratch. A chicken and rice casserole on Monday night. And on Wednesday night, I made, oh gosh, I love this guy. Barefoot Neighbor. He has a whole cookbook, and I made his steak and potatoes from that cookbook. And I will share that as well. That was amazing to enough to where my kids went and got second and thirds, and I only had a little bit for Kylie to take for lunch the next day. Like, I made 2 meals from scratch. I did dishes every night this week. I made sure that there was no dishes in the sink except for tonight because I said fuck it. But there's only like 4 dishes in the sink, and I didn't kill anybody this week. But I keep downplaying that, like it was just another day. I'm constantly feeling like I'm not measuring up. But it's literally my own standards. Nobody's holding a fucking measuring tape to me, okay? Because my almost 6-foot ass is gonna tower over you, okay? And I'm not trying to compare my tallness or my achievements to anybody. I'm just literally saying it. And when I feel like somebody keeps telling me that I'm bragging when I do talk about my shit. I didn't kill anybody. That's an accomplishment. That's not me trying to brag about not killing somebody. It's literally me being overjoyed that I didn't murder somebody this week because I don't look good in orange and I love my family and I want to see my kids grow up. I don't want to be spending the rest of my time in jail and seeing them through plexiglass. That is an accomplishment, right, guys? Okay? Comparison steals joy and individuality. Think about that for a second. Individuality gets stolen. Why are you comparing your accomplishments to somebody else's? Why am I comparing my accomplishments to yours? Why am I comparing my accomplishments to somebody else that I don't even know? It makes me try to be on the same level as them, and I'm not. I am on my own fucking level. I am on my own fucking level. I literally feel like I'm in my own world sometimes. Like, I'm not trying to be rude and I'm not trying to say like, fuck what you've got going on, but I just feel like I'm barely surviving most days and I'm just trying to get by. So I'm very much focused on what I've got going on, and I need to stop worrying about what everybody else has got going on. It takes a shift in a mindset. And that's what I feel like I'm in the process of doing, but it's gritty and ugly and hard. But I'm trying to choose my hard because if I keep comparing myself to everybody else, then I'm just going to keep feeling like shit, and that's hard. So I might as well try to figure out something else that's hard and learn a better way, because if I don't learn a better way, then I'm just going to be stuck in this mediocrity that I might call my life. is it really living? Because survival is not living. It's existing. You're barely existing. And I don't want to be that person. I swore up and down. Okay. I'm hormonal. All right, hold on. I needed to reframe my perspective. I had to turn my comparison into an inspiration. So I look at people now. I'm looking at the people that I was once comparing myself to, and now I'm trying to figure out, well, how are they doing it? What is behind the scenes? And that is my inspiration. I want to be that person. I want to show up every day, not just for my kids and for my husband and for my job, but for me too. Because if I'm not showing up for me, then who is showing up for me? Let that sink in for a freaking hot second. And I'm saying this because I'm talking to myself, because it's a podcast and it's a mic. But if this resonates with you, I hope so. Practicing gratitude every day. I am so sick and tired of complaining to my husband about the bullshit that happened in my day. I don't want to complain anymore. I want to be thankful. I take a moment and I figure out what was good today. Even if it is, I didn't kill anybody. If that's the smallest thing that I can pull out of the day. But I'm trying to find the gratitude in each day and focus on that, because focusing on what I have and not focusing on what I lack will only bring more of what I have and beyond. If I'm focusing on the lack, then I will lack. I'm also trying to really focus in on what matters to me. This podcast matters to me. It matters to me because I have to get the words out of my fucking head. I have so many thoughts jumbled up in my head, and I have to constructively get it out somehow, or I'm going to explode. It's bad. And I carry around a notebook all the time, and I write down my ideas and my thoughts, and I go from those things. And I know I'm rambling now, but I have to focus on what matters to me and my why, because I'm going to get sucked down into the weeds, and social media is going to follow the algorithm of whatever I'm getting sucked down into. And so if I keep going down this envy, hole, then that's all the algorithm is going to show me of lives of luxury. And if I keep focusing on the envy portion, then I will never grow. If I look at it and want to achieve that, it's not necessarily envy. I just shift my mindset and my why. And if I want to focus on the positive, I have to focus on the positive in order to be able to get there. It's to focus on what matters to me. Watching some Karen, scream and yell at, some poor person at the Starbucks isn't, giving me gratitude. It's, when I see people that are giving back, and when I see people making awesome recipes that I'm like, I could fucking do that. Those are the things that give me gratitude. That's what I want more of in my life. That's what matters to me. Well, my kids matter to me. I'm talking about social media briefly, but my kids matter to me, and showing up every day for them. And my husband matters to me, and showing up for them, and paying my bills on time matters to me, and making sure I have enough money to pay the bills. Those are the things that matter to me. But this right here, me talking into this mic by myself, matters to me, because I want to resonate at least with one person with each episode. And if I could resonate with that one person, and then they take this information and better their lives, then I did something good. And who wouldn't want that? I do know that I have triggers, and there are certain people in my life that trigger me just by their name, and that's a me thing, not a them thing. It's what they've done to me in the past, or what they've done to my loved ones in the past, isn't their problem now. It's a me problem. And so I have to redirect my focus. I got to put the energy into something positive. I need to celebrate my small wins. Ryan and I are trying to do this. We used to do this a lot. Every Friday we would talk about, hey, top 3 things. And it's hard, but we're getting back into it. And I want to, my self-comparison, I want to talk to myself like I talk to my friends. I love giving advice to my friends because I can be objective and I can be honest and I can, it makes me feel better. But when I talk to if you were to hear the shit that comes out of my freaking head to myself, you would be like, oh my gosh, why are you so mean? I'm a mean girl to me. I'm not a mean girl to anybody else. I'm a mean girl to me. And probably that drunk bitch that's at the bar. But she needs to cut herself off 3 freaking apple teenies ago. I need to talk, you and I, need to talk better to ourselves. We need to talk to ourselves like we are our own friend, okay? I want to focus on my growth instead of focusing on other people's growths and the gap in between. No one has it figured out yet. I said this earlier. We are just freaking babies. We're just little children walking around in adult skin. We are learning to be human while being human. It's the worst design. Nobody gave us a manual. Nobody told us how to be. I mean, maybe you had good role models. I did not. So I'm still trying to figure this out, being a human, but much, more importantly, trying to figure out this as a podcast. And so I can't compare myself to, Oprah. I don't even know if Oprah has a podcast. I don't even know. I can't compare myself to other people that have been doing it for years. I'm literally just an infant in this process. Yes, I have been doing it for years, but I have not been doing it for years consistently. So every time that I stop, I have to restart and regrow and redo the algorithm that is my life. I have not figured it out, but I'm willing to try. Are you willing to try with whatever you're struggling with? Are you figuring it out? Are you trying to figure it out? Because if you're not trying to figure it out and you're just bitching about it, then that's a whole nother freaking podcast episode. This one, my worth is not tied to external validation. Ooh, okay. So I look, because my love language is words of affirmation, I have a very hard time I don't hear you did a good job. Even when I do sometimes, it's like I'm not telling myself you did a good job. I'm not telling myself that. So I need to have the internal validation before I can even, I don't care. I can't care about the external validation. I have to only worry about me and thinking, I did a great job. This is awesome. I'm showing up. I'm doing it even though I'm tired. And I need to embrace the process. Ooh, it is hard. It is so hard. I loathe editing podcast. It is the worst, okay? But it's part of the process. And I love the marketing side of it. I love everything about podcast except for editing, mainly because I hate the sound of my own voice. So thanks guys for showing up and listening to this voice all the time. But I have to enjoy the process, because if I don't enjoy it, then why am I doing it? And I think that can go for so many things. Parenting is so hard, and I don't enjoy all of it. I only enjoy pieces of it. When I have to discipline the kids or tell them for the 90th time, this week, you need to brush your teeth, you need to get ready for bed, like the same rigmarole every night. I hate that part. It annoys the piss out of me when I have to repeat myself, but it's part of parenting. And so I need to embrace the process. I am literally raising tiny humans, you guys. I have 4 tiny humans. I don't know. Do you have anything right now that you are in the same boat? Because I know I'm not alone because everybody's got their own struggles. So what are you struggling with right now that some of this stuff resonated with you? But it's been a hell of a week, dude. And I'm so thankful that my husband's going to be home tomorrow. And I need a hug, a hug that I'm not in orange and I'm not behind bars and I'm not in handcuffs, We made it another week. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. My next episode is going to be about recapping the chaotic weeks that have been since my husband has been gone and me solo parenting, and how I left the house with 2 different shoes on the other day. So that was fun. But so chaotic content recap is next week. And as always, if you have a experience that you would like to share, you can find me on the I'm still on TikTok. TikTok's still ink, and Instagram, Facebook, and I have a website, chaoticcompass.com. You can find me there on the contact page. So please message me, DM me, whatever they call it now. But and let me know what you are struggling with, and if this episode resonated with you. And if it does resonate with you, share it with a friend. But I appreciate you, and have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of your love and support. If you really loved today's episode, you should subscribe. And if you subscribe, then you get notifications of when my next episode launches. So another way to be super awesome would be to leave a rating and review, or recommend it to your friends and family. If you're wicked awesome, you've already done all 3. Another way to keep up with me and my crazy family is check out my website at chaoticcompass.com, and I do blog and other stuff there. So I appreciate everything for you guys. I do this for you, so keep it up, because the more you subscribe, the more I do.